Hey, it's John Lee Dumas of EO Fire, and it's The Entrepreneurial You, the show for dedicated and passionate Caribbean entrepreneurs seeking daily inspiration, brought to you by author, speaker, and award-winning entrepreneur Heneka Watkis-Porter. You must be prepared to ignite.
Coming up on this episode of The Entrepreneurial You.
So many people have a misconception about what success really is. And I think a lot of it has to do with the media, society, what they portray success is. We live in a world that is really engulfed in materialism.
Welcome to The Entrepreneurial You, the podcast for passionate and dedicated entrepreneurs seeking inspiration. I'm your host, Heneka Watkis-Porter. Be sure to check out the Entrepreneurial You Facebook group and keep checking HenekaWatkis-Porter.com for updates that we do from time to time. Leave me a voicemail on the website by just clicking on the tab to the middle right of the screen, or you may send me an email at HenekaWatkis-Porter@gmail.com to let me know how this podcast is helping you. Today's episode is brought to you by Bookophilia, a space that fosters a peaceful and productive environment for multifaceted creative expression, and Patois Apparel, Jamaican messages making the world smile. Have you registered for the upcoming virtual conference and expo happening September 25 to 28th for small businesses? Visit HenekaWatkis-Porter.com and click on the Register for Conference tab. John Lee Dumas, J.V. Crum III, Malcolm M.J. Harris, and Chris Miles, just to name a few, are excited to help you move from stuck to unstuck, allowing you to create profits and achieve success quickly over these 4 days. I'm happy to welcome the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Yellow Jamaica as sponsors for this event. Let's hear from J.V. Crum III, founder of Conscious Millionaire, about why you should attend.
J.V. Crum III here, ConsciousMillionaire.com. I am so excited to meet you at the Entrepreneurial You Summit. I work with business coaches and consultants who want to get to their first million while making a positive impact. And I have a podcast syndicated radio show, Conscious Millionaire, that's heard by literally 12 million people in 190 countries. It was named by Inc. magazine one of the top 13 business podcasts to listen to in 2017. I'm excited for you to be there. We'll be connecting. Look forward to meeting you at the Entrepreneurial You Summit.
We have joining us today on The Entrepreneurial You a certified master life coach, NLP practitioner, emotional mastery expert who works with the best and brightest in the leadership development field. The author of the best-selling book, Find Your Amazing, 5 Steps to Transforming Your Life. His action-based focus and down-to-earth conversational style of coaching has drawn support from people around the globe. Over the past 15 years, he has worked with corporate professionals, CEOs, entertainers, public figures, industry leaders, students, and entrepreneurs, guiding them toward self-improvement. So I'm super happy to welcome to the Entrepreneurial You today, Meiyoko Taylor. Welcome, Meiyoko.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me.
Great. And now I'm going to have you plug your social media handle.
My social media, you guys can follow me at Twitter at Meiyoko Taylor, and that's M as in Mary, Eiyoko, Taylor, Taylor, and Instagram under the same handle, Meiyoko Taylor.
Great. And so my handle, my peak performers is Heneka Watkis-Porter. You can find me HenekaWatkis-Porter.com on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course, Google+, LinkedIn as well, Heneka Watkis-Porter, and on Patois Apparel. You can look for Patois Apparel also on those social media platforms. Now, I have a fun question for you, Meiyoko, before we get cracking, in finding or amazing. If you could read one person's mind, whose would it be?
Ooh, that is a very, very interesting question. If I could read one person's mind right now, it probably would be Richard Branson.
Amazing. amazing. And you know why I said amazing? So by the time this airs, of course, it would have been months ago, but I actually met and interviewed him yesterday in Jamaica.
Ah,
yes.
excellent.
You know, I've always wanted to meet him from as long as I could remember. And being a Branson Center entrepreneur, he was in Jamaica for the relaunch of the center. And I was one of few media persons there to capture the moment. And, you know, he walked into the room, commented, "Oh, I love your hair." And then he began playing my hair. That was like priceless. I guess for everything else, there's MasterCard.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see what it would come out of his mind if I asked him a few questions.
Amazing. All right. So, and I guess, you know, it was an early birthday present for me because today being June the 7th, of course, when this airs, it will no longer be June 7th. But yeah, it's my birthday. So I'm really happy about that. No, it's not about me. Let's move on and shift the focus a bit and talk to you now, Meiyoko, about what it means to find your amazing. Because you have a book, Find Your Amazing, 5 Steps to Transforming Your Life. What does it mean to find your amazing?
Being born on this earth is a miracle all of in itself. And I am a firm believer that everybody that's born in this world has unique gifts, skills, or capabilities that they have that really can lead them to a pathway of greatness. These things are things that only you can do the way that you do them. They're unique to each individual. And I stress that because that is really what being amazing is all about. That's what finding your amazing means. It's finding that gift or those talents that really separate you and really allow your light to shine and add value to the world.
Okay, and so your book that talks about those 5 steps to transforming your life. Yes, I'm going to ask you to share those steps because I'm sure we're all listening with bated breath. How can I transform the way things are right now? If I'm not comfortable where I'm at in my life, what can I do just now to make that change?
Well, step number 1 always is you have to have a vision. And let me backtrack. Before even having a vision, you have to know who you are and what you want. So really, really having a level of self-awareness. When I was at the point where I was working at a 9-to-5 that I hated, I was in a really, really bad relationship for 7 years, and my health was failing because I was severely overweight at the time. I had to get to a point of self-awareness and look at myself and say, hey, you know what? I don't even recognize who I am anymore. I was so out of alignment with my passion, my purpose, and the goals that I had achieved. I had to make a decision at that point in my life. So the big thing is to become very, very self-aware. You have to realize what stage and what situation you are in currently in your life. And then from that, you can start to craft a vision of where it is that you want to go. What is it that you're passionate about? What particular skills do you have? So it really starts from being self-aware, because once you start being self-aware and you ask yourself some of these questions, you can get to the point where your vision starts to become clear. So self-awareness is where it begins. So step 1 would be have a vision, and you have to have a mission. So most people think missions and visions are the same thing. They're not. They're completely different. A vision is something you can see, touch, taste, smell without even actually having it happen yet. I have visions in my natural life, in my entrepreneurial life. I have a vision. So I can see that vision. I can tell you what it smells like. I can tell you what people are wearing. I can tell you what it looks like. I can tell you when's it going to be, what type of day. So the reason why I'm saying all these things is you want your vision to be so specifically clear to you. It's as if it's already happened or is happening. So that's important. Most people don't explain visions that way, but your vision has to be that in depth. Now, the next thing is actually having a mission, and this is very different from your vision. The vision is what you see, the elements, the end result. The mission is the consistent action that is going to get you there. For example, my mission is to show 100 million people how to find their passion, how to take control of their life, and awaken the greatness that is within them. That's my mission. So everything around my life is pretty much based around that. So everything that I do in regards to my personal development goes towards that particular mission. So my mission and my vision are in alignment with one another, but they're two completely different things. Vision is the end result that you see before the end result even happens. And mission is the consistent action throughout the rest of your life that is going to get you to fulfill these visions that you have. So that is step one. Step two is whatever you believe is that what you'll receive. So whatever you believe, you'll receive. That goes into really talking about your belief system. And most people don't know that what you believe internally has to match with your external goals. For example, since we're talking about entrepreneurship here, this is very important. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're telling me I want to make a six-figure income. Okay, that's all fine and well. But your external goal, which is the six-figure income, has to match with your internal belief system. So you will never make a six-figure income if your internal belief is that I'm only worth $50,000 a year, or I'll never make that type of money, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I have all these particular flaws. So you have to be in alignment. They have to be in alignment with each other. Your internal goals and belief system has to match the external goals that you have. So that is very, very important. So belief system is where it all starts. I often tell people that success is created from the inside out. And I'll say that again. Success is created from the inside out. It has to come from within. And then see the actions and the external benefits manifest in your life once your belief system is right. So that's step number 2. So step number 3 is develop a winning habitude. Now, habitude is a phrase that I've adapted, which means attitude, the attitude of habit. So habitude really breaks down in that third step, the dynamics of a habit. So you have triggers, behaviors, and rewards. So you need to know what your triggers are. And before I even get to that, we are always developing habits. When they say we're creatures of habits, we are. Sitting on your butt doing nothing is a habit. Most people don't realize that. Sitting on your butt doing nothing is a habit. So if you're going to develop habits even without thinking you're developing a habit, we need to develop the right habits. Every habit begins with a trigger. So you need to find out what that trigger is. What is setting that behavior off? Okay, what environment, what person, what people, what thing, what food, whatever it is, what is triggering that particular habit? After the trigger comes the behavior. So now the behavior is the actual action that you're taking because of this habit has been set off by this trigger. And then it leads to the reward. So for example, let's say I'm a famous athlete and I win the Stanley Cup or the Super Bowl or the NBA championship. Okay. The trigger is the event. I actually won. Okay. The behavior may be I'm going to go out and celebrate and I'm going to drink all the alcohol and hang around all the women in the world and just drive above the speed limit and take all these actions. That's the behavior. The reward is the feeling, the euphoria that the alcohol gives you, the success and people screaming your name and the fast driving and the fancy cars. Well, the problem is that's a vicious cycle. That may not be the best particular habit to develop if you're trying to remain successful. And this is how a habit is formed. So it's the trigger, the event or the thing or the person that sets that off. The behavior is the actual action, and the reward is the feeling that you get from the actual behavior. So that's how a habit is made up. It's these 3 things, and it's very, very important for people to understand that. Those are the 3 core elements of a habit. So when you're thinking about the things you're doing on a daily basis, think about the triggers, think about the behavior, and think about the reward that you're getting. And if all of those things don't serve your purpose, your passion, and what you're trying to do, and becoming successful, then you need to change that habit. And then it starts with the trigger. So I think that's important to really point out those 3 elements because most people aren't aware that a habit is, based on those 3 core elements. So the next one I think we did cover is step number 4 is finding your amazing. Finding your amazing is that gift, that skill, that talent, that thing that separates you from other people, that makes you unique. Have you ever had a situation where you do something and somebody says, man, you do that so well. I'm just amazed at how you do it. And then your response is, oh, it's nothing. It's no big deal. I mean, this is really nothing. It's those things that you are born with that make you extraordinary, what people really don't focus on. So in that particular chapter, we're talking about how do you craft that? How do you sharpen the skills? How do you sharpen the gifts? How do you utilize them? How do you use them? How do you get attached to the right resources to enhance them so you can add more value to other people? So that's what step number 4 is, finding your amazing, because that's what it's all about. You want to live a life that operates at your highest level of value. So step number 5 is be present, be aware. Planning for the future is good, but you have to be present, because you can't really plan for the future if your current activity is not going to promote the future that you desire. So you can't forget about the present. You have to be aware. That's being aware of your habits, being aware of your emotions, being aware of how focused you are, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, delegating your weaknesses, focusing on your strengths. So working harder at what you're best at, what you do best. These are things that you really need to do. So being aware, being present, be in the moment, live every day as if it's the last day to give value to the world, to give value to someone else. Live every day like that. Being present and being aware is just very, very important. Don't get caught up too much on the future as an entrepreneur. You want to enjoy every day, every moment, because you're going to have some ups and downs. You're going to have great successes and you're going to have failures. So being present, being aware allows you to learn from them, allows you to continue to develop, focus on your strengths and gain that stability and really doing the things that you need to do that's going to give you consistent success in the future.
Are you finding you're amazing yet, my peak performers? We're listening to Meiyoko Taylor. He's taking us through the 5 steps to transforming your life. I loved, Meiyoko, how you broke down the difference between vision and mission. I normally say vision is for me why I'm doing what I'm doing. So what am I seeing, that long-term thing that I'm looking at? Why am I doing this? Why do I get up every day and do the things that I'm doing? And then for me, my mission is my how. How am I going to accomplish this thing that I'm seeing, I'm smelling, it's etched in my mind's eye, So thank you for breaking that down. And I like also to what you said, that success is created from the inside out. It has to come from within. It's not any external factors. It's embedded deep within each and every one of us.
Well, so many people have a misconception about what success really is. And I think a lot of it has to do with the media, society, what they portray success is. We live in a world that is really engulfed in materialism. And while having material things, it's nice, it's a luxury, but that's not the true definition of what success is. And this is why you see a lot of celebrities, a lot of entertainers, a lot of prominent people that have all these material things really, really struggle internally, because that's not what defines true success. You have to know what success truly means to you. So to me, for my personal example, success is are truly fulfilled in every aspect of self. I mean, mind, body, soul, spirit, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. That is my definition of true success. If you're improving and progressing in all of those areas, that is being successful. It's not about having, the fancy cars and the $1 million homes and being in the limelight, lights, camera, action. That's not what success is. That can be one element of a person's success. That is not what defines success itself. And I think this is the misconception with a lot of people. They don't understand that success has nothing to do with the materialism. Success starts first within a person, and then as a result we see the manifestation of all the material things. But for the most part, all the material things is just a result of the value that they have given society or they have given other people. And I often tell people, money is just something in exchange for a thing of value. So if you want to make more money, become more valuable. That's what success truly is. So the materialism and the material things are just an added element or a result from a person that has tapped into their greatness and has been successful internally, and that particular area of expertise or their gift or their talent or their ability, they have been able to share it with the rest of the world.
As we are preparing to go to a close, bring our conversation to a close, I want you, Meiyoko, to share with us one actionable thing that our peak performance community right here can do, to challenge them to do towards achieving their vision.
You said the right word, challenge. So I'm going to challenge you, and I'm going to challenge me, and I'm going to challenge all of the listeners. So I want you to think right now, what is something that you should be doing this week? It could be this week. It could be a week ago. It could be a month ago. It could be a year ago. What is that one thing if you did right now? I mean, right this second, it would dramatically change your life, or it will put you on direction or on course to the level of success you desire. Now, really think hard about what that thing is, and you may not have to think hard. You know what it is. I'm not asking you to tell me. But that one thing that you're allowing fear to keep you from doing, that one thing that you would do if you knew that there was no possibility for failure, if you knew that the success was guaranteed, whatever that thing is, right now, do it.
Just do it. Borrowing a slang here from a tagline from a very popular brand. Just do it. No, I've had a great time, and I'm sure my peak performance community, they also had a great time listening to you. One of the things I loved what you shared and how you, like I said before, delved into distinguishing between the mission and the vision. And again, reiterating what you said earlier, that success is really created from the inside out. It has to come from within. So it's not about what's happening around us. It's not about the people who are progressing and we're not, and we're looking on and we say, oh my God, woe is me, I'm undone. I can't seem to get anywhere. And we need now, if we're looking on the outside, we need to take it back a little, take it home, look on the inside, speak that greatness into being, stand up, affirm the I am, affirm every day who you are, see yourself as that person of success, and believe it or not, it is attainable and it will be attainable. And you'll accomplish. So you have come on and you have shared so much with our community. You have shared so much with me, inspiring me in the process. It's not just for the listeners. My community enjoys it. They enjoy listening. But I also enjoy when my guests come on and they share their amazing expertise with us. They share their knowledge and so on. And so I'm really happy. I'm grateful that you came and you spent the time with me and with our community members, Meiyoko.
I enjoyed myself. Like you said, I mean, I even learn as well. And I want to tell people that just because we're successful, we have growing pains too.